Yeah, speak Hispanic, man. I would love to hear that.
How many layer ones are gonna start just copying that tech? I don't know if it's open source, but the ideals and all the things that they're wrapping together, like, what are your thoughts on it?
I think Ethereum is going to implement it in 25.
Yeah,
I think once Phantom has run it for a good like most of the year, like all right, I'll put a date on it. Let's just say June, July, something like that. They launch it, boom, $24 is like, oh, I'm a fucking founder now. Yeah, but let's just say we got this. Like, this is actually why this is why I added this meme to my fucking to my channel, like
the Sonic Shadow one. Yeah, I watched that. I was like, very topical.
That's literally the moment I found out about. I was looking for fucking Sonic memes everywhere, So like, I mean, here I'll
can't catch me. I'm the fastest thing alive.
I was thinking about why so many in the radical left participate in speed running.
Huh?
The reason is the left's lack of work ethic.
What?
Go fast rather than do it right. And in a Petersonian sense...
Petersonian?
To elevate alternative sexual archetypes in the marketplace. Fastest hedgehog.
Shadow, what the fuck are you talking about?
You're a beta male, Sonic.
You're a beta male, Sonic. So you're basically Shadow. Basically, that's who you are.
Yeah. Oh man, send me that video because I was looking for meme sort of content around the two.
Brother, I have got some Sonic memes, sir. I have been stacking these memes. I got them, bro. I'll send you a just DM me on Telegram. I'll send you a bunch on Telegram. Yeah,
for sure.
But no, but this is the thing. I don't know if it's open source or not, but I do know that GitLab and the Ethereum Foundation directly gave money to the Phantom Foundation. To get access to that. So they invested into FVM. I know that for a fact, but I don't know if it's going to be open source, because if it basically isn't, every single Ethereum, basically any Ethereum 2.0 compatible EVM can use it basically at some point. I said that if you didn't know, Pulse Chain is basically a fork of Ethereum 2.0 as well. So it could run FVM as well.
Yeah.
And
it's going to be a common upgrade for these networks, right?
But it's like going to be the only upgrade to L1s that I see that actually will drop gas fees down, because it fucking makes the fucking the processing of smart contracts faster on it, just on that and throughput and everything. It's literally the only thing. Like so from their test, right? Depending on how they're running it, it's like 8 to 11x more transactions per block.
Yeah,
it's fucking insane, dude. That means that we're talking about an 8 to 11x reduction in gas fees on any L1.
Yeah.
That's Ethereum 2.0 That's an Ethereum 2.0 fork.
My opinion, I've told this to them directly.
Yeah.
It takes one good viral application. And I'm not even considering anything that Andre makes. Just one good viral application, like a Friend Tech, like a DeFi Kingdoms, that takes advantage of the high throughput and execution. Like even something like GameFi, and then everyone floods to the network and stays on the network and uses it. And I think, regardless of where your faith is, you're gonna look at this and think, "Wow, this is amazing." God forbid any RPC bottlenecks or any other like a smooth experience. It would be so hard to go back to your other L1s that don't have it, right? Yeah. And I think Andre projects himself. I think he hinted about doing maybe 4 of them. He himself has that, I think, pull to bring people onto the network. So I think people are going to stick and they're going to stay. They're going to enjoy the DeFi experience. That's why I'm building Shadow with the team I'm building them with, because yes, the DEX, there's a lot of DEXs on Phantom, but you need something to kind of match the user experience that Sonic will provide, right? We want Uni V3 built in. We want concentrated liquidity built in. We want super nice graphs for you to kind of picture where you're putting your liquidity, stuff like ambient, stuff that's popular. And on Phantom, we don't have it built in, right? We obviously do have some ALMs like Gamma and Itchy on some other exchanges, but we want the best user experience on Phantom, and DEXs are a huge part of that. You want to wrap your tokens to get into DeFi, you're going to have to get on a DEX, even if you don't want to swap, right? So I think that's kind of the edge for us. And obviously we thought super hard on a lot of, emission structures. We split emissions between Shadow and X Shadow.
Is X Shadow going to work like XBoo basically, or like?
No, it's a lot different. The only similar thing is it's like the staked version of our token, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah, essentially you'll be able to vote. You know the bribe, typical solidly bribe flywheel. Yeah, so
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can vote and bribe, or sorry, you can vote and receive bribes from there. You get fees, you get emissions, and you also get the part of the system is we ditch 4-year locks. I think that's such a protocol positive thing versus a user positive thing. It's never good.
Was it mostly like, because I saw mostly the was it liquidity driver or whatever, or like liquid driver and stuff was the one that pushed it really heavy and stuff, and I saw a lot of people kind of copy paste them from there.
Yeah, it definitely became. It was such a good EV thing. Add locks to your project so people can't sell the token for years. It's it's a lot better for protocols than users, right? Obviously, what happens is like you lock for 4 years, and then the first year yields are good. The next 3 years, the yield kind of dies off.
Right.
Not too many people participating the same way. But then you become disconnected. I don't want to vote anymore. I don't want to do anything anymore. What's the point? So I call it dead voting power. So we added like the same sort of system, but we ditched 4-year locks. It's not locks. It's you stake and then you vest to exit. You linearly vest to exit over 6 months max, or you instantly exit for 50%. But locks are completely gone. They're eliminated. This is just a better system for users, I would say. It's just better supports the users because if you want to exit, you're not really an active participant in Shadow. You're free to exit. Emissions are also split in Shadow and X Shadow, right? Like big pairs like Phantom, USDC, stablecoin pairs, they'll get mostly liquid Shadow. But meme coin pairs, like low volume pairs, they'll get like a little higher percent split between those two assets, right? Which is, I think it's amazing because we're not going to say, you see on a lot of these exchanges, oh man, we're not going to whitelist your meme coin. We're not going to whitelist this. We're not going to do this. Everyone come onto our network. We'll set up our fee splits and emission splits so it's favorable for you guys. We can even give you a higher percentage of fees, right? And we'll make it so that we're not gatekeeping anyone. We'll even have a launch pad where, I see a lot of users get rugged a lot, especially on Phantom. You can create this a token with our launch pad. It's automatically whitelisted. Tokens are locked. Going on a spiel here, but we thought about this for hours. I've been thinking about creating a decentralized exchange since last year, probably in June. I thought about how would be the best and most sustainable way to do it. The only way I could think of is 100% of emissions go to staked users and liquidity providers. Like that's the only way. I just give every emission back to the people and make sure the emissions are split in a nice way where you don't have to worry about like price action or anything like that. You're emitting sustainably and you're doing it to the right pairs. You're incentivizing the right pairs. And you just have a nice system. And yeah, we eliminated anything that's friction for people. You want to provide liquidity to our exchange. There is no boost. There's no weird stuff. Whatever APR you see is the APR you see.
Gotcha.
And it's just that simple. I'm really, really a big fan of like what we ended up creating. But I can promise that the tech and the user experience, the UI, UX is going to be the top on Phantom. It's going to really take advantage of that fast transaction execution for sure.
Yeah, because I saw that you basically raised like, what was it, 1 million FTM or something like that?
Yeah, really quickly, actually.
Yeah, I know. So quickly I couldn't throw in. So
yeah. I was generating graphics. I was making the little GIFs. And by the time the GIF was made, it would be out of date. And I was like, okay, well.
Congratulations, brother. I mean, I'll be jumping into your project as soon as it's available, basically.
I recommend doing that because we'll be doing a points program to start.
Okay.
10% of our initial supply, which is quite a bit. The LGE is 5% of initial supply. So 10% is allocated to shadow points, and that'll be emitted to liquidity providers or people that interact with the protocol. And then it's not a fake, like we won't tell you what these points are.
Right.
At the end of the program, man, just you can redeem these points directly to X Shadow. There's no like vagueness or ambiguity. This is what you can do with the points directly to X Shadow.
Because I've been seeing a lot of teams getting real fucking funny with shit. Like they've gone to like these kind of weird, like vague points, or like we're gonna do an airdrop, maybe, possibly. I don't know who's gonna get credit. I don't know. It's like really weird sort of things, and then like they're obviously cherry picking who even gets. I mean, they basically, they're playing games.
It's off chain tech. It's off chain. So like they can kind of, oh, here are the numbers you see, but we'll figure out how we're gonna distribute this. For us, it's going to be ERC20 that gets submitted. So you'll have these non-transferable shadow coins that you're getting, I guess, weekly distributions of.
Yeah.
So then at the end of the program, just directly convert. I think it's going to surprise people. I might be a little bit biased here, but I think our X Shadow system is going to be forked, man. It's in my opinion a really smart way of gamifying the system while also making it fair between users and the protocol. Like, you don't have to for your max lock. You can exit at any time. So I think the balance there is key. Good yield for both, and just a simpler system. We knocked off so many of the solidly confusing things.
Right.
Just made it